this is the best deal possible, this is the only deal possible.
What's on the table is the only deal that's on the table.
Now it's time for everybody to take their responsibility. Everybody.
Stark messages from European Union leaders in Brussels today as they sealed the divorce deal with Britain and urged the UK to back Prime Minister Theresa May's contentious Brexit deal, a deal that could leave her fighting for her political future. The EU issued this warning to the nation: you won't get a better offer.
Those who do think by rejecting the deal that they would have a better deal will be disappointed in the first seconds after the rejection of this deal.
Following years of angry negotiations, Britain is a big step closer to breaking up with the EU after gaining the approval of all 27 EU states. European leaders took barely an hour to rubber stamp the more than 500-page agreement.
Today marks the culmination of a long and difficult process of negotiation between the UK and the EU.
But the challenge is now in Britain, where May's divided minority government faces an uphill battle to get her deal past Parliament.
May made the case for Brexit again today in an open letter. She writes to the British public, "The deal is one that works for everyone, whether you voted leave or remain." Opposition is just as fierce among opponents and supporters of Brexit.
Brexit deal that's currently being agreed in that building over there is not going to deliver on any of the promises that the Brexiteers made during the referendum.
There were those who said that reaching a Brexit agreement that worked for both sides was an impossible task. From the start, I rejected that counsel of despair and set about negotiating a deal that worked for the UK and the EU.
Politicians will within weeks approve or reject it.
Talks in Brussels included a number of possible scenarios if the British Parliament blocks the deal. There could be a second referendum, a general election for a new British leader, renegotiations with the EU, or simply that Britain will crash out of the EU on March 29th.